Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm back again to share with you another project using a Spellbinders Club Kit. This is the Spellbinders Large Die of the Month Club Kit for April 2023. It's called Punch and Pierce Frame and Sentiments. There's beautiful sentiments in here, and then there's for you, thank you, hello, best wishes, just and there's a shadow, and then there's a detail layer for the very top. So there's a real thin scripty font, and you get the shadow, which is fabulous. There's also a 3-piece beautiful frame, and this is great for background panels, to create a frame, to create labels, just a lot of versatile ways you could use this. I have a color theme that I'm going by here. I'm using Chamomile, some white cardstock, Terracotta, and Persimmon. We're not going to use too much of these colors, just basically for flower centers. And then I'm using Waterfall. I mentioned flower centers because there's no florals in here, and I do like florals. The die here has the punched detail in here that creates like a little daisy shape. That's why I thought daisies would be really pretty. So to create some daisy looking flowers, I'm going to bring in my Spellbinders Be Bold Blooms, and we're going to create some flowers with this. We're going to create a background panel today for the card, and to do that I'm going to take the outline, which is very unique. You would think it would be wavy like this, but the points on this are a little bit more sharp. And at first I thought maybe this is not going to fit my card front panel, but it's going to fit beautifully. I'm going to line that up, and then I'm going to take the pierced and punched detail, and to create my panel I'm going to die cut both of these out together. Now you can do this on its own like this, and then just create a card front panel with the pierced detail. That's pretty on its own. Or you can lay them together like I'm doing and create a background panel, or you can add the insert piece. You can add this to create a frame. So lots of uses. I'm going to use this as, I'm going to pop this up, so I'm going to die cut this separate. And that's where my chamomile will come in handy. I'll die cut this out with my chamomile. Here, go this way. So we're going to create a background panel, and then a label or a panel to put our sentiment and our flowers on. And speaking of our sentiment, I'm just going to make a hello card today. And that's where my other piece of white cardstock comes in. I'll die cut out the shadow with the hello, and then the detail hello. It's real pretty, very thin font. I'm going to die cut this out with my Waterfall cardstock. These two pieces of cardstock, again, Persimmon and Terracotta, I'm going to use for my flower centers. And then that's basically all the orange we're going to bring in. I just wanted a little bit of orange. So we're going to... And then for my flowers, I just want them to be white, kind of going with the daisy theme. And then I have, lastly, the leaves that I want for my florals. I don't want to bring any green in, so I'm going to use my Waterfall cardstock. So I have a little bit of die cutting to do. I'm going to run everything through my Platinum 6, and then we'll create a card. I put everything through my die cut machine, and it didn't take no time at all. This is our background panel, and I just think this is such a unique edge. It's almost like a reverse scalloped. Really, really pretty. And I love the floral on here. In fact, I cut out some 1-inch circles using Persimmon cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and flip this panel over, add a little glue behind it. 1-inch circles behind all those daisies, and they fit beautifully. They don't take away from the dotted detail, but when you turn it around, you have some pretty daisies. Now I went ahead and took some Chamomile cardstock. This is a card front panel. I just put it on the top of my white card base. I put glue behind my panel, and then we're going to go ahead and adhere this to the front of our card. So now you have all that pierced detail with the chamomile behind it, and the flowers have persimmon. Really pretty. Really dainty. Now, to create my flowers, I didn't go into real big detail on how to create my flowers. I do have a video for that, and I'll link it at the end if you want to know how to create these flowers using the Be Bold blooms, but it's very easy. I just put foam behind it, on all of them actually. You see I have foam just to give me a little bit of dimension, and then I cut out another piece of foam to put behind my Hello shadow. We'll add some glue behind here, and then we can layer this. And I'm going to go ahead and flip around my Hello. You can see how fine lined it is. I'm going to use my tweezers, and I'm going to add little dots of glue behind my Hello, and then we'll go ahead and place this on the shadow. Today's card is pretty simple because the background does all the work for you. So now our sentiment is so pretty, and it has a little bit of dimension to it. Before we adhere this to our card base, I do want to add another piece of pop-up foam in the home of my front panel for more dimension. I just die cut it out using the same coordinating die. I'm going to add some glue, and we'll tack this down to our Chamomile panel, and we'll adhere this. And I do want to let you know that there is a right side up and a right side down, so you may have to flip it over so you can see all of the dotted detail, or pierced detail I should say, that's on your card front panel. So make sure you flip it around and double check it. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my Hello. We'll add some glue behind here, and we will tack this down at the very bottom, just kind of centering it. And then I will go ahead and add my flowers. Nice thing about glue is that you get a little bit of wiggle room here. I think that looks really pretty. I'm going to tuck some leaves underneath. Now, before we put our glue away, and you want to add a little bit of sparkle to do that, I'm going to bring in some Spellbinders Peach Opalescent Confetti. I'm calling them sequins or confetti. And then we're going to add just a few around our beautiful panel. Wonderful. We'll just put these back. And that finishes off my card today. Today we used the Spellbinders Large Die of the Month Club Kit for April 2023. It's such a pretty frame. In fact, it's called the Punched and Pierced Frame and Sentiments. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.